All right, do you remember who Michael Sussmann is? He was Hillary Clinton's lawyer for the 26 campaign. He's finally getting his day in court next week. He was the guy that was caught lying to the FBI, claiming that he wasn't working for Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign when he offered to, quote, help the FBI. This is when he tried tying then-candidate Donald Trump to a Russian bank. Well, new developments this week. An Obama-appointed judge has ruled that Special Counsel Durham's office must limit the evidence it uses in court to prove the, quote, joint venture between Clinton and Sussmann. I wonder why. Joining us now with reaction, tonight's company, the CEO of Trump Media Group and former chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Devin Nunes, along with president of Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton. Gentlemen, good to see you both. Tom, I want to start with you. Durham wants jurors to hear about this now debunked Steele dossier that was used to push the Russian collusion hoax, and the defense wants to block that information from being heard by the jurors. What do you think? Why do you think both sides are trying to lay it out this way?
Well, the defense wants to keep it simple about what he said to that one lawyer at that one meeting, and they don't want to suggest that he was there for ulterior motives. And the Steele dossier obviously has been furtherly, directly debunked 6 ways to Sunday. First by our other guest there, Mr. Nunes. So they want to keep it out. Now, you never know what's going to happen in the trial, though, because the court may say we can't get into this, but someone may say something that opens the door for it to come out. So in the meantime, though, the Clinton gang, you can be sure, is hoping that Sussmann is acquitted. And I don't think this is a slam dunk for Durham. I think he's been overly cautious. This is only the third prosecution. The first prosecution ended up in a weak plea deal. The second one is still ongoing, and it's been 3 years. It's really inexcusable that we've only gotten thus far.
And that's where I want to go with this. Congressman Nunes, we know a lot of what we know because of the work that you and your staff did. But I want to pick up on what Tom's saying. Think about this. Nobody from Clinton's campaign nor from the DNC have been targeted in any of this. The only person that's really paid a price is Michael Sussmann. Everybody knew about this. Hillary Clinton had to, I guess what I'm saying is on a campaign, they're benefiting from it. Somehow the DNC is paying for it. Current National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan pushed this. I guess the question is, why don't we have more people's names involved in what's happening so far?
Well, I think that's exactly right, Sean. There should be a conspiracy charge brought. And, if you give Durham the benefit of the doubt, which I actually have been for many, many years, I think he's in a very tough court in Washington, D.C., with a jury pool that's bound to be 95% pro left wing. So he's got a tough row to hoe here. And what he's got to try to do is he has to try to get someone to actually talk. So, and I don't know at what point, maybe Tom is better one to answer this, but at some point, if it looks like Sussmann is going to go down, is he really willing to go down for, 5 years or 10 years or whatever it may be? Because they need someone to talk, because clearly this wasn't just Sussmann's idea. We know that Fusion GPS was involved in this. Who from the Clinton campaign gave the word for Fusion GPS to develop this conspiracy theory that then the dirty cops at DOJ and FBI took and ran with, where they corrupted the media, the DOJ, other areas of our intelligence agencies? All of that, I think, to Tom's point, what we all hope for, we know there's so many more people that need to go down, and our investigation reflects that, because we built a circumstantial evidence case that resulted in 14 criminal referrals to Durham that involved actually dozens of people.
So I want to pick up on that, Tom. You've sort of been involved in a lot of these cases over the years. Where do you think this thing goes? Why don't we know more names, and how will this play out?
Well, I fear this is the end. A few months ago when these indictments were announced, both of Sussmann and the Russian operative who wrote the dossier in part for Hillary, I said it was it would be great if it's the beginning, but it would be awful if it's the end. And Durham seems to be talking as if it's the end. I just don't see conspiracy charges coming out at this late date. The information's been there in front of their faces for years. You know, when you think back to the Mueller operation, they pretty much had everyone they wanted to indict indicted and or prosecuted within 6 months. And they just continued to harass Trump for as long as they could get away with it. Here, it's been years, and I just don't see anything coming out of this office, the Durham operation, beyond this. But you know, I could be wrong. I thought it was going to collapse even sooner than this. But if the Sussmann trial goes the wrong way, I mean, one of the other jokes about this is the FBI is being treated as a victim here rather than a co-conspirator. That kind of, again, reflects poorly on the way Durham's been approaching this. There was a whole gang involved here targeting Trump, and he's pretending that Sussmann's lie to the FBI lawyer in one meeting was the sum total of everything that went wrong that should have been prosecuted. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he thinks there's more that will come